The haunting of Blackwood Manor. The town of Blackwood had always been shrouded in mystery. The villagers spoke in hushed tones about the Blackwood Manor, an old, decaying mansion perched on a cliffside. Abandoned for decades, it was said to be cursed, haunted by the restless spirits of the past. Clara, a young journalist fascinated by the supernatural, was determined to uncover the truth. Armed with her camera and voice recorder, she set off to explore the manor, unaware of the horrors that awaited her. As Clara entered the manor, the air grew colder, and the trees surrounding the estate seemed to close in, their twisted branches resembling gnarled fingers. The door creaked open, releasing a musty, decayed scent. Inside, the walls were lined with faded portraits, their eyes following her every move. The floor was covered in dust, and the silence was oppressive. Clara moved deeper into the manor, hearing faint whispers that grew louder, repeating one word: "Leave." She brushed it off as the wind, but the chilling sensation of being watched grew stronger with each step. Clara reached the manor's parlor, where an old cracked mirror hung on the far wall. As she gazed into it, her reflection seemed distorted, her face twisted into something unrecognizable. Before she could react, a dark figure appeared behind her in the mirror, tall, cloaked, with glowing eyes. She spun around, but it was gone. The room was empty. Her heart pounded in her chest as she tried to convince herself it was a trick of the light, but fear gnawed at her. Then came a voice, a cold whisper from behind her. "Get out." Panicked, Clara raced toward the basement after hearing a loud crash. The stairs creaked under her weight as she descended, and the air grew thick with dampness. At the bottom, a door stood ajar, leading to a dark, forgotten chamber. The walls were covered in strange symbols, and a stone altar sat in the center, stained with old, dried blood. Clara's breath caught in her throat as she noticed a figure sitting on the altar, pale, gaunt, its face twisted into a grotesque smile. "You should not have come," the figure rasped, its voice like nails scraping across glass. Terrified, Clara turned to flee, but the manor had other plans. The doors slammed shut, trapping her inside. The whispers grew louder, more frantic, urging her to leave. She pounded on the door, but it wouldn't budge. The house seemed to come alive, closing in on her. The shadows grew darker, and then the figure from the mirror reappeared, materializing before her with a monstrous grin. "You belong to me now," it growled, its voice filled with malice. Clara tried to scream, but her voice caught in her throat. The darkness wrapped around her, suffocating her, pulling her deeper into its embrace. The ground beneath her feet trembled, and the walls seemed to close in tighter. She backed away, but the figure reached out, its long, clawed hands grasping her throat. It lifted her from the ground effortlessly, its cold grip tightening as her vision blurred. The last thing she saw was the figure's twisted grin, its eyes gleaming with satisfaction. Clara's body was found days later, but her spirit was never recovered. The manor stood silent, unchanged, as though nothing had ever happened. The villagers, when they came to retrieve her body, heard only whispers in the wind, warning that Blackwood Manor never lets go. The curse lived on, waiting for the next fool to enter its grasp. The end.